I'm really pleased to have an opportunity to catch up with you today about Rose. Obviously, Rose is in her early 40s now, and I first met Rose back in Chesterholm when I was that very new Joint Commissioner Manager for Mental Health, Learning Disabilities and Autism, and she was one of the very first patients in terms of chairing those care and treatment reviews that I got involved with, part of our MDT, and helping her with her journey from hospital to home, something I'm really proud of, and I'm dead excited to have that discussion today. But you've obviously been there for a significant longer period of time, and you have much more in-depth knowledge around her complex journey so far. What would you want to say about Rose?
I've known Rose for over 22 years now. First of all, when living in the community, and then latterly when she was in the hospital. I would attend her CPA meetings as part of the resettlement team, and then lately as part of the care and treatment reviews. Rose is a lovely lady. She's kind, she's generous, she's thoughtful, she's caring, she's really funny, she's got a wicked sense of humour, and she's got a great voice as well. She spent a considerable period of time in hospital, and we tried on 2 occasions to help her to be discharged, but unfortunately she became unwell at that time, so she had to stay in hospital. But she persevered and she worked hard and she kept at it. Eventually she got to a place where she was actually able to cope with living in the community.
I think it's been such an exciting journey, and just shows the tenacity. I think Rose is amazing. I've got a really soft spot for her. She's an amazing lady, and to think that in early 2000 she started her hospital journey a significant period ago, and that move from Rosebery Park, if you think about it, they wanted to discharge back in the community and she just wasn't ready then. But that transition into Chesterholm Hospital, they first moved her in there, and can you remember, she had half a wing to herself. She had her own staff team, she was very isolated, but very early on she told us what she wanted. She didn't want to be there anymore, she wanted to be in the main building. She started engaging with all of her peers, and really I've seen a massive change in Rose. What else do you think has contributed this time towards being such a success?
I think it started back at Rosebery Park when she moved there. The first thing they did, the clinical team, was look at her medication, because she was on a whole range of medications that were giving her terrible side effects. So they looked at them, reviewed them, and they started taking her off them, which had a huge positive impact upon her. And then she was ready to leave there, but actually it was felt that the move into the community was still a bit too much of a step, so she moved into Chesterholm, and that was one of the reasons why she had her own wing, because Rose's dream has always been to live in her own home with her own staff team, and there was a feeling that we could test it out there, but as you say, she surprised us. She says, right, okay, this is great, I want to go socialise with all the other guys.
I think Rose continues to surprise. You know, she's in our lovely new home now. She's off her section. And really, she led that way. I'm just surprised by her tenacity. The fact that we created that home environment in Chesterholm and thought that we were doing the right thing, but she made us do the right thing, what was right for her. And this is the whole point of transforming care. It's personalised. It's personalised that individual's journey, and it needs to be adaptable for them. So obviously Rose has led this process, she's been the driving factor behind all of this. And the fact that originally people thought that we had to keep her out of the process, that she wouldn't be able to deal with it, she would be incredibly anxious, and that we would just have to tell her of the changes on the day. But that's not right for Rose. Rose had to be the driving factor behind it, and actually has been part of her very complex transitional journey from hospital to our new home.
And I think one of the things that teaches me is we shouldn't make assumptions, because when she was in Rosebery Park, it was felt very much and that she couldn't be part of the process, and that we learnt that from the 2 previous occasions where we involved her. She was involved in a person-centred plan, she was involved in developing a service specification, but at the time she wasn't ready, so that unfortunately became too stressful for her, which led to her sort of becoming unwell. But when she moved to Chesterholm, as you say, everybody says we'll do all the plans and then we'll tell her at the last minute. But quite quickly she began to show us that well, actually, I know what I want, and I'm able to cope with becoming involved. And it's been a fantastic journey.
I just think that goes to show that from Rose's maturity, this was the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose it is a bit of a chessboard. You've got to have all your pieces aligned up to have what's right, and taking it in a pace that's right for Rose.
Mm-hmm.
But she did push this from the beginning. It was great to have her as part of that multidisciplinary team approach, actually picking the colours to her flat. We know she loves butterflies. To be part of that journey is just empowered her and just shows the tenacity. As I've said before, I've got a very special place in my heart for Rose, and I always will. I think she's an incredible lady, and I'm dying to get downstairs and meet her, so we'll go and meet her now.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to tell everybody what your name is?
Rose Smart, Linda.
So you've answered my next question about what my name is.
Yeah.
And can you remember where you used to see me
At Chester Home.
when you were in hospital?
Yes.
I used to come do your meetings, didn't I?
Yes.
And
You and Gavin.
me and Gavin.
I know Gavin in a long time.
You have known him many, many years, haven't you?
Yes.
In many different places. You've
Yes.
only known me for about 2 to 3 years now.
Yes. Yeah.
And me and Gavin, we wanted to work with you to get you out of hospital, didn't
Yes. Down here.
we? Down here.
Yeah.
And this is your new home, innit?
Yes.
What's the best bit about having your own home?
Yeah. Mopping the kitchen floor, mopping the dining room, in the kitchen, bathroom, no help, and in the Hoover as well, Hoover the sitting room, passage in my bedroom.
Because
And
this house.
Yeah, and put my rubbish in the bin, in pusher, cleaner, bath, put water in the bin and clean it out in the gloves.
Because this house is really spick and span.
Yeah,
And you like keeping
yeah.
it clean, don't you?
In the garden as well. Me and Joanne over there water me plants at any time you want.
You've got lots of plants now,
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah, and water it all the time.
And you've got some new plants today, haven't you?
Yeah,
With a butterfly and a ladybird.
yeah.
And who'd you get them off?
Off you
And
and Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah,
Just a little present to say thank you.
yeah.
Because we've loved helping you out of hospital.
Yes.
I'm cuddling a lovely little teddy here. Do you want to tell us why I'm cuddling this teddy?
Yeah, it's you.
So the teddy's name's Linda, isn't
Linda,
it?
yeah,
And you named it after me,
yeah.
which makes me very proud.
Yeah, and in the weekend I'm going to the disco. It's not on this week.
You like going to the disco, do you?
Yeah, it's not on this week.
It's not on this week.
No, it's the pub has got leaking.
Has it?
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
shut this week.
Yeah,
What do you like doing at the disco?
play pool 50 pence. It's 10 pence to play pool.
So is it cheaper than playing pool anywhere else?
Yeah.
Because where else do you play pool? You've got a card, haven't you, where you go somewhere?
Chambers upstairs.
And what's this? You bought this, didn't you? This is
Yeah.
something special.
Yeah.
Can we have a look at it? This is pretty snazzy, mind this.
Yeah.
And did you get this for your birthday?
Yeah, one of the staff did.
And what about the box as well? Did you get that with the pool cue, or
No, I got it me pocket money.
did you? So you
Yeah.
bought it yourself?
Yeah.
That's really smart, that. So do you win all your staff team?
Yeah.
In your place, don't you?
Yeah, a big Joanne. Joanne's put the black one in it. Yeah.
She pops the black, does she?
Yeah.
That's really funny. What else do you like doing in your spare time? Do you have any talents?
Yeah.
What are you talented at?
Drawing. Sewing.
Sewing.
Aye.
And what else are you going to do at the end of this video that you're very, very good at?
Singing.
That's what I'm excited for. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see you singing.
Oh, it's good, me singing.
I think it's class.
Yeah.
And are you buzzing about being in your own flat now?
Yeah. Got free time tonight.
What's came recently through? What have you got a letter through the post to say that you're no longer on?
Off the section.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yes.
I think you've worked
Yeah.
really well to get off that.
Yeah. Pedro's got a letter come in his name on, and he's open it next to me, and he's shocked to read it.
What, because it says that you are no longer on a section?
Yes.
So now you just live at home in your own house?
He's writing a letter to you too about it as well.
That's right. And we couldn't be prouder.
You got a letter as well about it.
We did. We got a letter as well to see that you were on.
Are you shocked?
Absolutely shocked. No, because you've worked hard for it, haven't you? I know that you don't like leaving the house. Not overnighting anyway, because you don't want to go on holiday, do you?
No.
But you do a lot of day trips.
Yes.
Where you're about to go to?
Whitby, soon.
What are you going to do in Whitby?
Fish and chips. And get all the key rings for down here, not for the boys upstairs.
You're getting them down here?
Smelly boys.
So you're dying to go to Whitby to have fish and chips?
Yeah, and get the key ring back for my Joanne.
That's really nice.
Filling me her name on all the stuff for down here.
Because you look after your staff just as much as they look after you, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you like cooking, don't you?
Yeah.
What were you baking last night?
Scones.
And I'm going to get one, aren't I?
Yes, for you too.
For our dinners?
Yes, for your dinner.
I can't wait. Because you're a good cook, aren't you?
Yeah.
What else do you like doing when you're going out and about? Do you like shopping?
Yeah.
Have you got to go shopping for anything special?
Not today. I'm going out this afternoon.
Are you?
Yeah, for me ducks.
But you're getting a new bed delivered next week, so what do you need to go and buy soon?
New duvet.
And what's going to be on your duvet?
Butterflies.
Butterflies. Hundreds of butterflies, isn't it?
Hi.
And what else are you getting? What changes are you making to your bedroom? What's going to go on the wall?
Clock. And telly. And the telly's on the wall as well.
Clock's going to go above your bed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what about your big new telly? Where's that going?
On the wall.
Opposite?
Opposite, yeah.
Brilliant.
And Joanne's going to do me decorations in my room.
Because you've just decorated your bathroom, haven't you? Full of butterflies.
Yeah. Joanne did it this... when you did it?
Did you do it a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what is the best thing about not being in hospital anymore, Rose?
I'm buzzing.
You're just buzzing not to be in there?
Yeah.
Because you were in for a long time, weren't you?
Yeah.
But now you've got a lovely new home.
Yeah.
And you seem to have a fab staff team.
Yeah.
And I love coming to visit you and seeing how well you're doing.
Okay.
And we'll have to come back and visit you again with lemon drizzle cake, don't we?
Yeah.
That's what promise.
I love them cakes.
Rose, you've got a smiley face folder here.
Yeah.
And this is where you write about your day, isn't it?
Yes.
So can we fill one out about the day, about our visit? So if I write the date.
Did it?
And I need a tick here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sign there.
Yeah.
And will I just fill the form in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to put the day's date on, which is the 12th. How was my day? How do you feel?
Happy.
Happy. You look happy because you're always smiling, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I put a big tick here. And what makes you happy? What's making you happy today?
Do the film.
You're doing a film. About your journey from hospital to home, isn't it?
Yes.
And what else are you happy about?
Me garden.
Your garden is beautiful, mind.
Yeah.
You've got some lovely plants in the garden.
Yeah.
So the garden makes me happy.
Yeah.
And what about that letter that came through recently to say that you were no longer on your
section?
Do you think we should put that in there?
Yes.
Are you happy about that?
Yep.
So off my section.
And Pedro write the letter for you too about it.
Okay. So off my section and telling
you too.
Linda and Gavin.
Yeah. And you got it, the letter.
We've got everything.
You got your letter off Pedro.
Not off Pedro, but we've got another letter. That tells me that you're off the section.
Yes.
Which is very exciting, isn't it?
Are you shocked?
We're buzzing, to use your words, we're buzzing. Buzzing for you.
Yeah.
And what do you think's going to make you happy at the end of this video? What are you going to do?
So,
Does that mean that you love singing?
yes.
And what song are you singing today?
The county one.
The county one. And
Yeah.
why have you picked that song?
That's for you. Special for you, Linda.
That's really nice. I love coming to visit you.
Okay.
And can I just say thank you for letting us in your home?
Okay.
And am I allowed to come back again?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm going to sing now.
Right, we'll get that song set up
Yes.
now.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
This is for Linda. This is special for Linda. This song. Anyone want the scenery here? Capital of the county. You never sail us to the town alone. Mama made the Tommy because you call it little. You told the love to tell me you leave the Tommy alone. It's only 10 souls. It's daddy died in prison. How they dead the Tommy and what my brother's son. Steals all the fireworks, Bomber saved the Tommy. Don't lie to Tommy, you love the just gun. Promise to say not to do the things I've done. Walked away the trouble if you can. In the wind, did you turn me on the cheek? I've only love me understand. You'll only love the fight for being a man. Down once and everyone, Tommy's on the Becky. In our hands, a DM head, you do the waltz of man. DM is working, you gather boys is calling. You turn to Becky, never's free of them. Tommy up the door, saw the Becky crying. George's Charlie Rowe, throw the fence inside. Lisa's on the fireplace, his daddy picture. Jesus said the daddy face, heard these once again. Promise to say not to do the things I've done. Walked away the trouble if you can. It's all in the wind, did you turn the other cheek? I've all the understand. No love the fight for being a man. Get the voices laughingly, walked into the ballroom. One dog get down up, and the heavy crossed the floor. Tony turned around to say, you looked around and breathing. And it brings up, stopped and locked the door. Tony used to him, falling up beside him. Humming up the landing back, never had it all. Tommy left the ballroom, as Gavin boys is standing. Thanks a lot to Becky, not to floor. I heard her say, I promise to say, not to do the things I've done. Walked away the trouble if you can. Leaving in the turning of the cheek. I probably love the understand. Standing on the fight for being a man. See you here, the color
What's up here?
I thought that was,
High five,
I'll
Rose.
never forget
High
that
five,
song.
Rose. Brilliant. Absolutely awesome.
Brilliant.